What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. I got a video for you guys. Prediction: Froch versus Arthur Abraham matchup takes place on November the 27th. It's going to be for the Super 6 Super Middleweight Tournament for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship as well. Puts together the former champion Froch against Arthur Abraham, the former IBF Middleweight Champion. So, anyway, going into this match, this matchup was postponed from the original October date. Either due to Froch having an injured back or politicking, one of the two. But I do believe that this should be for the WBC Super Middleweight Championship due to the fact that Froch is the former champion and Arthur Abraham has not fought for a championship for the Super 6 tournament. So when you look at these factors, I think that's pretty much just the fair thing to do. And not only that, even though Darrell was the WBC mandatory, Andre Ward holds the title for another organization. So that's pretty much the fair thing to do. But when it comes to companies and stuff, it's not all about the most fair thing to do. It's all about what brings them the most money, whatever. But anyway, what we have here, we have a good matchup. We have two fighters that are going to come forward and fight. This is the fight that should have guaranteed action. When you put everything and you put the styles on paper, you have kind of that come forward aggression along with boxing ability with Froch, and you have that come forward pretty much counter punching ability, but the ability to knock out any fighter, coming off of a counter punch, is just all of a sudden just coming out with an unexpected knockout coming from Arthur Abraham. So with styles involved, what I see happening? Well, actually, first off, in order for Froch to take this fight, Froch is an aggressive fighter, but he has the boxing skill to back that aggression. And I've seen a lot of improvement over the last couple fights for Froch. He's been improving quite a bit. If you look at the style, like from when I first broke down Froch, I feel a lot differently now than I did, about a year ago when I first broke down a Froch fight. I look at the kind of the subtle skill. He does a good job of being aggressive and coming forward, and jabbing from angles. He jabs very well from angles, and also he likes to set up so he can land his right uppercut. Sometimes left hook, right uppercut. Those are punches that he lands well. In this matchup, Arthur Abraham, I think he's going to give him rounds. Froch is a strong finisher, just like how Arthur Abraham is a strong finisher. But in this matchup, in the early goings of the fight, Arthur Abraham is going to be giving them rounds because he kind of stands there and he tries to look for his openings and he tries to figure out his opponent. Arthur Abraham in the early goings of the fight doesn't throw as much as he does later in the fight. So in the early goings, Froch just needs to jab towards the shell, throw punches towards the shell, use angles to get Arthur Abraham off balance, jab from the angles, look for the right uppercut if the fight's inside, look for the right uppercut. Also kind of stay at a range to where Arthur Abraham is going to have to kind of move forward, and he's going to have to get out of his element. Try to get Arthur Abraham to try to throw from out of range and just try to just use the jab or counter him with the overhand right when he's trying to come from out of range. Because when he drops the guard, he's definitely open. But also don't go for the knockout. Don't try to don't try to hurt Abraham. Don't try to just straight up knock him out, because he's not going to knock him out. I just don't think Froch is going to knock him out. I just think he needs to focus on boxing and being aggressive in this matchup, and using angles to get him off balance and jab from the angles. Go for the occasional shot to the body, and if that opening for the right uppercut is not up top, try to land that right uppercut to the body and land it to the body on occasion. Maybe counter him and land the right uppercut. I think that if Froch can basically work in the early goings of the fight, say the first 4 rounds, and take a couple rounds, take 2-3 rounds at the end, I think Carl Froch could very well take this fight. Arthur Abraham in this matchup, Arthur Abraham might have to go a little out of his element in this matchup. Arthur Abraham is going to have to continuously come forward and land, and he doesn't throw as much as Carl Froch, so he's going to have to make the shots that land more authoritative. He's going to have to, continuously come forward. He's going to have to continuously work, and throw shots to the body, and actually try to make it more of a inside matchup. Make it more of an inside matchup. Try to find a way to take the jab away or counter over the jab with the overhand right. Countering over the jab. Not only countering over the jab, but maybe hooks to the body. Jab at Froch, jab at him, and try to get him towards the ropes to land authoritative shots towards the body. Look for countering opportunities. Look for come forward. Look for openings, and also maybe a little more head movement could possibly take the jab away. It's a little head movement because Arthur Abraham doesn't really move his head all too much. But just simply coming forward and trying to walk through the shots and attempting to walk down Carl Froch, I think is going to be Arthur Abraham's best bet in this matchup. Just simply walking him down, landing authoritative shots to the body, counter the jab with the overhand right, and he's going to have to do it all effectively, and he's going to have to do it all pretty much the entire matchup if he wants to get the win in this match. With all that being said, this is kind of to me, it's kind of a hard match to call, but I'm going to go with Carl Froch in this matchup by unanimous decision. I think he'll take it. I think he should take it by unanimous decision, because it's like this. You got two fighters that are tough, and also I kind of would not be surprised if Froch goes down one time in this fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Froch went down once, but and maybe off of him being overly aggressive, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I think that Carl Froch has the aggression and backed by the boxing ability to take this matchup. So I'm gonna go with Carl Froch in this match by a unanimous decision. But anyway, guys, that was The Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.